Scarlet Witch issue number 7. That's right, folks. 7 issues of this book, and we're still going strong. It's amazing to me, absolutely amazing to me, that this book continues to surprise me in ways I wasn't expecting. I don't really look at solicitations, and I just kind of look at a cover when I know a book's coming out, and I look at this cover and I'm like, a lot of flying monkeys on here. Is that an Emerald City in the background? Okay, that's a scarecrow and that's a lion. What are we doing? It's like I didn't know. Last issue, all about like Magneto returning. That was the big thing at the end there. What was happening? This issue does Wizard of Oz, but we'll get into it. So, last issue, like I said, Scarlet Witch's daddy walks into her shop and she's like, I don't know how to react to this. I'm not doing okay. Darcy is like, well, I'll just say it. Your dad's hot. He's a hot guy. Why does he look so hot? But it's not really Magneto. It's not like, the guy we know. It's a clone. I'll just bury the lead there. It's a clone. He remembers like his head being cut off, and then he emerges and he believes it's Sinister that created him, that he is a clone of the actual Magneto, and we're going to call him Joseph. Cool. I'm here for that. Look, a hot daddy walks into her shop. He's got some cool hair. He's got a really opened shirt to show like his chest. And he's like, hey, I remember all the shit that happened on Krakoa. Everything's falling apart. Now this book comes out after the events of this year's Hellfire Gala. I am not reading X-Men. I am so far behind on everything X-Men. I do know Krakoa's kind of dying now. And it's like falling apart and like the entire like monopoly of that industry is collapsing. So the world's dying there. Okay, cool. This Magneto's like, I had nowhere to go, okay? The world is falling apart. Krakoa's dead. I don't know where to go. I came through here, but he didn't come through like the last door. He kind of just came in like through the main door like, you're the only person I know who knows how to deal with this kind of stuff. Which is kind of interesting, and as they're having this big conversation, I just gotta say it again. I love the artwork, I love how cute all the characters look, everybody is hot and has a perfect aesthetic. It's great. Sorry, I had to say that, I love all the designs. We have the last door open up, this freaky, nerdy looking guy walks through, just like your classic nerd, in like the buttons, and the big oval glasses, and he just walks in. He's a little bit of a dick. His name's Nelson Gruber, and he has like he has the power to make books come to life because he's a cool guy. Just look at his outfit, and he's going on like some huge, just like sprawling dialogue about like all Hamlets in the mindscape. My name is Nelson Gruber. If it is written, I wield it. Breathe life into it. I build kingdoms of worlds as lesser men use bricks. But I was betrayed. And you're like, this guy's kind of freaky. And then Joseph, he's just like, let's hear this guy out. I mean, should we help him though? Like, he doesn't seem like he's a good guy. He's not a hero. But Wanda kind of tells her clone daddy, like, look, he may not be the best guy, but who am I to judge people based on their past actions? So I will hear what this man has to say, what Joseph has to say. So he has the power where if his hand touches a book, the things in that book come to life. Well, he touched Oz, the great and powerful, that classic book, The Wizard of Oz. We all know it. It is in the public domain. He touches the book, it came to life. And he was betrayed by the witch. And I'm like, yep, you sold me. I'm in, okay? Whatever this book is going to do now, you got me hooked, you got me interested. Let's see what we're going. I thought we were just going to deal with like Wanda seeing somebody that looks like her dad. Nope, we're going to do a WandaVision, but it's actually going to be The Wizard of Oz. Because he makes book things come to life, they take the manifestation of things in the real world, which is the plot of what happens in the WandaVision TV show, where Wanda like took over a small town in New Jersey and they became like her sitcom stars. This man turned the citizens of Texola, Oklahoma into the Emerald City. So now Wanda has to go in and fix things. We have a yellow brick road, there's a big Emerald City, we're doing the thing. They start walking down the yellow brick road, they get attacked by flying monkeys. We are just doing the thing, it's amazing. The entire time it's just like some back and forth where Nelson's just being a dick, like, this is so hard and everything sucks, you never trust a witch, they're all terrible people, everything's bad. Wanda's like, shut up for a minute. I'm helping you. I'm saving you from these things. They get to the gates that lead you to the Emerald City. There's a wizard waiting outside that hands Wanda like a pair of like special glasses so she can, shield her eyes from the Emerald City's brilliance. And as they walk inside, they are greeted. No, I don't even think they walk inside yet. They're about to like walk up the steps, and then they are greeted by the Wicked Witch of the whatever end of the thing. And she's like an older resident of the town, and then like her 3 dogs represent like, the Cowardly Lion, the Tin Man, and the Scarecrow. And like, okay, I'm so fucking sold on this stupid idea. I love it. Like, this is the kind of thing I'm just a huge fan of, like we are fighting the magical witches and the magical characters of like the Amazon lore, and Agatha shows up. Why not one of the most famous witches in literature? The Wicked Witch. Like, we're doing the thing. Okay, you got me convinced. And you see, that's the one that betrayed me, because she has the magic book that has like Gruber's hand on it that gives him the power to open things. Wanda's like, can you just shut up while we talk? And she snaps his mouth off. And, kind of like the scene in Multiverse of Madness, which is what she does to Black Bolt. But she just starts talking to the Wicked Witch. And it's like, here, I'm the one true witch. You are nothing to me, you scarlet creature. You mean nothing. Well, I was like, look, I don't really care what happens here. Like Nelson's not the best guy, but this is like a place with actual people in the real world, and you're taking their place. Not a good thing to happen. So maybe go back into your book, and then like we can fix that again later. This Wanda actively being like, maybe the events of like taking over a town for your own fantasy aren't a good thing. She's learning a lesson. Kind of fun. Wicked Witch is like, no, I'm not going to do that. I have power here, and I'm capable of everything. So she's holding on to the book. And then she unleashes her, magical cowardly dogs after Wanda. But she turns them into puppies. Like, I don't see any ferocious creatures here. They're just pups. Turns them into dogs, gives them a little kiss. They run away. And look, if you were to tell me that in issue 7 of the Scarlet Witch book, she would be doing like the opposite of what she did in WandaVision, where she is the person coming to a town that is magically manipulated in order to save the residents who are reenacting a Wizard of Oz thing, I would say, no, that's not happening. There's no way we do that in the year of our Lord 2023. Because who's this for? As a literary device, I completely understand the use of Wizard of Oz. Like, I love that story. I love the use of it, and when we parody it and we homage it, it's so cool. But if you are like a young person, do you care about Wizard of Oz? Listen, I always think about these types of things because I like it so much. Like, there's definitely like a generational shift in the last like couple of, maybe like the last decade, where children maybe born like 2010 onwards don't know what Wizard of Oz is, because I don't think it's like a popular staple of pop culture. So it's so interesting to me that like this book is doing that opportunity, because I do think the Scarlet Witch audience does tend to skew younger nowadays than it ever has. So I think that's just very fascinating. Maybe not like 13 and younger, but maybe just like teenagers, and you have to beg the question like if they know what any of that is. It's very interesting to think about. And yeah, it's a Scarlet Witch fight against the Wicked Witch. It's pretty fun. As long as she wears the silver shoes, she has power. But no one has power like the Scarlet Witch, and she realizes like, okay, so I understand what you are, okay? Like, you have conquered these people, you've taken over, like, their planes. You come from the Ideaverse, which is a concept I'm sure I've heard before, but if I haven't, the Ideaverse being a thing that exists in the Marvel Universe, that's kind of fun. So we see that Wanda uses a special power to swap the clothes of her and the Wicked Witch. So the Wicked Witch is now wearing the Scarlet Witch uniform, and Wanda is wearing the sultry, sexy Wicked Witch costume, which is amazing, and I'm so glad that happened. I love it. Okay, Diamond Select, let's make this a statue, please, and thank you. So she's got like the book of Wizard of Oz with the hand strapped to it, and now she's wearing the silver shoes, which gives her the power of this universe, and she's able to send the Wicked Witch and all of the ideas of the Ideaverse back into the book of Wizard of Oz, including the stupid boy, Nelson Gruber, who's so pissed off that a witch betrayed him. All you witches are the same, you're all terrible. But he gets sucked in, and he's attacked by characters throughout literary history. So you have the Wicked Witch is there, you have the Headless Horseman is there, or Ichabod Crane is there, you have Captain Nemo there. I don't know, is that Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter? And is that like Ebenezer Scrooge? And then there's like a white tiger, and he's going to get killed by literary ideas. I'm here for that. That's awesome. So Wanda makes the town back to normal, and she takes the book and the hand like, The Wonderful Wizard of Oz. It's a first edition. I never actually read this book. What? That's shocking. But she heads back to Lotkill, having just done a Wizard of Oz event, which is like the coolest thing in the history of this book. And when she shows up, there's Joseph Daddy Magneto standing out there. He's like, hey, I see you returning with like, less of a guy, but you got his hand, which is kind of weird. I don't understand that. He's like, look, Wanda, I'm sorry for everything. Like, I know seeing me is going to bring upon certain memories, but I literally didn't know, like, where I was supposed to go or what to do, and I couldn't, like, wallow on that rock anymore that we call Krakoa, so I had to leave. She's like, it's okay. You know, it's not your fault. Like, if you want to start again, then you're right where you belong. And she gives him a hug. It's like, well, you know, being a clone, and because I'm a clone, I don't really have, like, much of a childhood. I myself never really got to, like, read the book. Maybe we could read it together. And she's like, yeah, I think I'd like that. It's cool, you know. Wanda, again, I say this every issue, but she is such a complicated and intrepid history in the Marvel Universe, where if we're doing a thing where it's like, her childhood was so messed up that she never got to read Wizard of Oz, and now, like, the cloned version of her father, who's young and hot and really cool, shows up, and he's like, I never got to read it either. Why don't we try to actually, like, do, like, a proper relationship in the way that our shared histories and connective existences can allow that? And both of them are, like, willing to accept that. I mean, yeah. You know, there is something to explore there. There's something worth saying about that idea. And I can't think of a better way for this book to handle it than how it did that. And then we do, like, a page from Gods. You remember Hickman's big thing? I don't know. It looks dumb. I have nothing to say about it. There's, like, special cards this guy has. The more I hear about Gods, the less interested I am. But we also have a stinger at the end where we see that Diablo is wearing, like, destroyer armor or something. He's in Helltown, which is in Begalia City in Begalia, and he's talking to, like, an unknown assailant. He's like, I'm just here having a good time, and all this stuff's going bad. But he did, like, a favor for this person, and now he's got the word sword. Or the word's word. I think it's word sword. He's like, oh, that's great. Well, enjoy your revenge. And she's like, revenge? Revenge is a hobby, a lifetime long at best. My pain stretches back centuries. Witches betrayed my people. Though there is a cure, even for the strongest. Wanda Maximoff is strong. She's flourishing, but even the Scarlet Witch can't hide from Hexfinder. So Hexfinder, cool. Who's this? I don't know who this is. Another hot costumed character in the Steve Orlando run, so I'm here for it. This book continues just to have the best aesthetic, the best designs for its characters. This one's no exception. So Wanda will be fighting Hexfinder very soon, which is just like a witch hunter, I'm guessing, so that's kind of fun. And again, okay, we tease up Hexfinder at the end of this book. Perfect. We do a Wizard of Oz thing in this book. Perfect. Daddy clone Magneto shows up. Perfect. All of that in one issue, where Wanda feels in character. I'm here for it. It's great. It's fun. Great aesthetic. Great costumes. Like, this is such a strong book. And I'm so glad it exists. And I'm always excited for more. I cannot wait to see what is coming next from this book. So fun and so unique. I love it. I love it. It's so cool. Let's do it. Let's do it. So, Scarlet Witch, issue number 7. I am going to give a 10 out of 10. Now, thank you all for watching this review. Be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. As always, you can check me out on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. And as always, I will catch you in the next one. Have fun, stay safe, and just follow that yellow brick road.